Hey sons and daughters, it's Arden. I'm actually coming from you guys live from Seattle, where Austin is doing his wedding. We are staying here. His wedding is just later on today, so we're super excited and all celebrating that. But just during this time, I started thinking, and actually switched up my video completely, but started thinking about relationships and specifically more friendships. We know we've done a lot of posts on relationships and kind of the love scene between a woman and a man, but like talking about friendship and how does that look like? Because I think it's so important that we address what friendship should look like. I think in today's age, we are so connected, and a lot of people are going to say that they are not lonely because they have social media or connected with their friends, but there's a lack of depth in a lot of people's relationships. And relationships is something so important. It's something that's highlighted throughout the Bible. I know in my life there has been friends that have come in stages of my life that have been so crucial, but the friends that I've kept at a surface level and never have really gone to extreme depth with, they haven't changed my life as the friends that I have really challenged, or they've challenged me, or they've corrected me. They called out faults or things in my life that I know to be wrong. You know, I was just talking to my fiance the other day, and we were talking about my friend Tracy and just how Tracy has called out such things in me, and I've called out things in him, and we challenge each other, and we've gotten in the biggest arguments, but it's because our relationship has gone deeper. And we know that when we get in these arguments, it's only because the other person wants the best for the other one, and we're calling out the things that we want to see different in the other person's life because we want the best for them. And so I wanted to give you guys five tips on relationships, on friendships, of why it's important. So point number one, you are human. So God made you in His image, and God is a God of fellowship and relationships. From the beginning in Genesis, God says it is not good for man to be alone. And so this beautiful reflection of what God desires and this intimate fellowship God puts within us, and it's something that we must have, this fellowship with friends, fellowship with Christian believers that are going to challenge and grow us. Number two, friendship is the highest form of happiness, okay? I know that sounds extreme. You're like, whoa, but here, listen to what these theologians said. And I love this. Augustine says, in this world, two things are essential: life and friendship. Both should be highly prized, and we are not undervaluing them. John Newton says, I think to a feeling mind there is no temporal pleasure equal to the pleasure of friendship. C.S. Lewis said, friendship is the greatest of worldly goods. Certainly to me, it is the chief happiness of life. These were men that were pioneers in the faith. And I know for a fact, C.S. Lewis used to sit down with great men and he would have coffee with them almost every single week to challenge each other, to grow their beliefs, to grow their walks with God. And so it is something so important in all of these men. See, here's the problem, is in our society today, as we've become more digital, we've lost this joyful wonder of what friendship can be. Point three, friendships take on your burdens. See, in this life, we are going to go through so many hardships and so many sorrows. I mean, the Bible promises, but here's the thing, is that you have friends to go through these things with. It actually like takes your sorrows, it takes your hardships, and it cuts it in half, because you have a friend that is able to bear the burden with you. It might not be a friend that's able to give you all the amazing like wisdom in the world, but someone that can even just take on the responsibility of having you allow them just to talk with you, like just to work through situations, to work through problems. I love this. J.C. Ryle wrote, he said, this world is full of sorrows because it's full of sin. It's a dark place. It's a lonely place. It's a disappointing place. The brightest sunbeam is in a friend. And so it's so important that through these sorrows, through these tribulations, God said, I put man on this earth with other people for fellowship, that we understand that we walk through this life together. We walk through the hardships together, and we do all these things not alone. Okay, number four, friendship is the meaning of our life here today. Okay, you're like, whoa, there's a lot more, but here's the thing. God sent Jesus to die on the cross to ultimately befriend us. Okay, to come in this relationship with us. I mean, you look at in John 15:3, the Bible says, greater love has no man than someone to lay down his life for his friend. I love it how it doesn't say for another, it says for a friend. And so God ultimately wants to come into this friendship with us. God has created friendship that's so important, and He's highlighted it in the single greatest moment of our lives in all of humanity. When Jesus died on the cross, Jesus said there's no greater expression of love but yet to lay down your life for your friend. And so that's something so important. And the fifth point is, and this is the most important point, this is the one that drives it home, is that you will not make it alone. I love what Hebrews says. It says, exhort one another every day. And then not only that, Hebrews 10:25 says, encourage one another. You need people that are meeting up with you, people that you go out to coffee or you just go and hang out. You do something that is exhorting, people that call out the best in you. Because true friendship is an affectionate bond forged between two friends as they persevere towards faith. And see, if you look at it, and this is the very nerdy example, but you look at Frodo, like Frodo would have never gotten the ring to Mordor if it was not for Sam. It was a perseverance. They challenged each other to different places along the journey. And so you need a Sam in your life, someone that's going to challenge you as you're going along this journey. They're going to cause you to persevere, because we are not caused to do this life alone. And so we love you guys. We've got a couple very special posts coming out in the next 14 weeks. There's 7 posts. So I want you guys to be looking at that. I want you guys to really take a look at your life and see if there are not friendships, solid friendships that are in your life that are challenging you. I want you to find those people, and I want you to go to a deeper level. I know it's a scary thing, but just go to a deeper level in these relationships. We love you guys. This is why we created Sons and Daughters, to create this fellowship, create this communion of believers, that we are doing this lot together and not alone. So we love you guys, and we'll see you next week.